Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Wakakadash. That's all praises to who the world ignorantly calls God, whose true name is Yahweh, by Hashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai being the only name of the only begotten Son, in the Hebrew, the original Paleo Hebrew. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, preaching His word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify. And I wanted to get on this thing because Esau is being exposed even more. And these leaking emails, due to a government, policy or law, whatever it is. It's like a Public Disclosure or Free Disclosure Act, where these elected officials' emails can be leaked after a certain period of time, and now this shit is coming out with the devil himself that's making everybody get them owies in whatever arm you choose to get this concoction. Now, I'm gonna play a bit of this video, and I'm gonna get some scriptures, and Lord willing, this is all edifying.
Of course, anyone actually reading and paying attention to these emails is absolutely shocked to what they found. We're finding out that Dr. Fauci routinely spoke with Bill Gates, the man who's prominently portrayed on my shirt here, who took advice from him. The shirt, which you could get on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. The link is also in the description. But the emails reveal a constant relationship between Dr. Fauci, Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci admitting that masks don't work, which was originally his first stance. Then he told everyone that they need to wear masks. Then they told him that he needs to wear 2 masks. Then he said that they don't need to wear 2 masks. And most importantly, one of the biggest revelations here, there's a lot of them, was that Dr. Fauci was aware that this sickness most likely came from the lab leak, from the same laboratory that him and Peter Daszak gave U.S. taxpayer money to China to make a sickness that is more contagious and deadlier for absolutely no genuine scientific purpose. And Dr. Fauci knew this, but yet he still decided to say that this story was not true. His advice, along with Peter Daszak, got anyone talking about this censored from the internet. You literally talked about the lab leak theory when Dr. Fauci was talking about it most likely being a possibility. If you were independent media like Zero Hedge, you were taken off Twitter. You were downranked in the algorithm.
You see, so basically, information is coming out, and it's showing that these devils have always been cooking this shit up. Not only have they been construing the lines between, basically what they believe is true medical science, they've been, changing the goalposts as the Edomites, the so-called white man and the rest of his people do. When he starts to get revealed or he starts to lose, he starts to change the goalposts and change the rules. So now this devil's being shown that he's a fucking liar. And this is indicative of the times we're in, because the Lord said he was going to remove the covering cast. Let me get that real quick. Isaiah 25:7. It says, in this mountain, 6, it says, and in this mountain shall Yahweh of hosts make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on lees, a feast full of marrow, of wines on the lees well refined. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast, which is the face of the covering cast over all people, and a veil that is spread over all nations. Because really, this Edomite, this devil, being set up in this position of him being right, being him being the the seat and authority of all wisdom and knowledge, that's something that the Lord's tearing down. You know, the Lord tore down his PlayStation Christianity with the prophets, tore down the image of Cesare Borgia as the true visage of Yahweh Shai, and now everybody knows that the Lord was really a so-called Negro. Right? The Lord is strategically breaking down his devil to where there's no more any public trust in him. No more any international trust in him. Everybody sees him as the devil he is. It's Job 13:4, but says, "But ye are forgers of lies, you are all physicians of no value." And that's what these devils are. Because this dude Fauci really is painted up as being a physician that's here to help, but everything he's done is against it. You know, he was given a change, his whole word, his message, the plot that he had, and he even touches on this in this video where so many people were affected negatively, where this whole current sickness basically shut down the middle class and basically funneled away the money to the 1%, the extra elite, right? So these devils are forging lies, man, and their physicians are no value. Nothing that they do is going to help, because everything they're doing is hurting worse than anything, man. This is John chapter 8, verse 44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father will you do." Now, this is talking about the so-called white man. This is talking about the Israelites that cleave on to the so-called white man in his way of life, right? Because they do everything that this devil does. They're down for everything that this devil does. But not only that, that's what this devil's here to do. He's here to deceive. The word devil simply means to deceive, be a deceiver. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father will you do. He was a murderer from the beginning." And who was a murderer from the beginning? Cain. And that spiritual seed, that bloodline came back as Esau Edom. It says, "For he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him." And there's no truth in these devils, no truth in these Edomites. Nothing about their system relies on truth, relies on any integrity. It's all about whatever could feed their belly and help their plans go forth. It says, "And abode not in truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." You see? So all his truth are lies. That's all he knows. He didn't set up his kingdom and his rulership in any true aspect. He stole everything he has. He murdered people to get what he has. And he tore down many of people's lives, and he's doing the same thing now with this whole pandemic, right? This is John chapter 10 and 10. It says, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and destroy. I am come that you might have life, that you might have it more abundantly." And now who's the thief? Whose entire history goes into just stealing things from other people and claiming that it's his? Is it the so-called Negro? Right? Is it the so-called Indians? You know, East Indians? Right? Is it the so-called Chinese, Japanese? No, the thief of the entire earth are you so-called white people. And that's all you came to do, to steal, kill, and destroy, because that's all you've ever done. You know? And they don't care about the consequence of anybody losing their life. Remember, the scriptures tell you the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. When you think about that, really think about that phrase, the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. He might protect you from one thing. He might fix one problem. But he leaves you open to a million other diseases. They've already said that if you took this devil's Windows 19 jab, that you're not supposed to give blood for vital antibody plasma, because you no longer produce antibodies. They put this on whole news feeds, right? This is Psalm 64. You know, this ain't gonna be a long one. Psalm 64 and 8. It says, I'll start at I'll start at 6. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. You see, they plot these things. They really figure out exactly how to do this stuff. You don't think that when they funded that lab and came up with this Windows 19, that they didn't know why it was being created? No, they knew exactly why. They had a plan to go. It says, verse 7, it says, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, and suddenly they shall be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's what's happening. This devil's tongue is falling upon themselves because through his own policy, it's causing his emails to be leaked, private conversations, links as far as what's going on in their system and their plans. This is the tongue falling upon themselves, right? This devil's getting revealed, man. This is Habakkuk 2. Verse 16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Meaning that filth, right? The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on your glory. You see, these devils are trying to paint themselves up to be this help in the earth, but what? Everybody's seeing that, no, all the problems that we have now are caused by you. And all these other countries know exactly the origin of this shit. It's just that America's still in that position to be big and bad until the Lord starts to put out that punishment and that death, So, this is just a real quick, lesson, man. The Lord is about to uncover these devils on a mean scale, man. He's already been doing it through the prophets, but it's gonna get even meaner, where even the brass tacks normal person that watches Fox News all day is gonna more than likely come to this conclusion. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm gonna say shalom.